Hello everybody, Tashtalek. Today we are going to do a small topic that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, commonly known as SAARC, as one of the alternative centers of power. So what is SAARC? The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, or SAARC, is a major regional initiative by 7 South Asian states to evolve cooperation through multilateral means. Okay, Afghanistan joined later, making it 8 members. So you can say that it's a regional organization of 8 countries in South Asia, which you see in the world map. Now, this organization was formed in 1985, and the idea for the formation of SAARC was given by Zia-ur-Rahman, the president of Bangladesh. Its secretariat is located in Kathmandu, Nepal, and as of now, Mr. Amjad Hussain from Pakistan is the Secretary General. All right, come on, let's see the member states. As I told you that there are 8 members in SAARC, so in order to remember the names of the member states, I have created an acronym for you guys, and the acronym is PNB is my bank always, where P is for Pakistan, N for Nepal, B for Bangladesh, I for India, S for Sri Lanka, M for Maldives, B for Bhutan, and finally A for Afghanistan. If this is easy, you can learn this. Otherwise, you can always create one on your own as well. Okay. Here we have the member states again. Now, out of the 8 member states, the first 7 are the founding members. All right. Afghanistan joined in 2007, making it the 8th member state. Okay. In the acronym, Afghanistan also comes at the last. So in that way, it is easier to remember that Afghanistan is the new member state of the SAARC. Now, besides its 8 member states, it also has 9 observer states. What caused the formation of the SAARC? So the causes are, first, economic backwardness. This is same as the causes of ASEAN, so you can write the same point here as well. Anyway, most of the countries in the SAARC region have faced repeated colonialism, which has led to severe political and economic backwardness or poverty in these regions. Okay, so these countries, they wanted to develop themselves as well as bring their population out of poverty. So in order to do so, they wanted to have trade amongst the member states so that they can improve their economy and come out of poverty. All right. By improving the economy of the region, they wanted to make the region self-reliant collectively as well. Okay. Second, we have is the location of South Asia. Now, the location of South Asia is very important because it is very strategically located. All right. Due to its here you can see the location of South Asia. Now, due to its strategic location and the natural wealth or the natural resources, external powers such as China takes huge interest in the region so as to increase their economic stakes. Okay, so it is very important that these countries remain together and solve their mutual differences. Moreover, they also share the same history of British rule, and their culture and economic activity is also same. So because of all these, they have a kind of same mindset as well, okay, which led to the formation of SAARC. Third is the security reasons. Now, these countries must also remain together due to security reasons. For example, the invasion of Afghanistan by the USSR in 1979 was also one of the factors which made the leaders of the seven countries to form this organization. All right. The invasion of one country, because the invasion of Afghanistan or one country of any of these regions would easily lead to the invasion of rest of the regions. As of now, the presence of military base of United States in Diego Garcia poses a great threat to India or the whole South Asian region. Now, Diego Garcia, the location which you can see, is an island. Okay, the picture you can see of the British Indian Ocean Territory, which is turned into a UK US military base. Okay, so this poses a great threat to India and ultimately to other South Asian nations. Since if India is invaded, then other South Asian nations can easily be invaded. And because of this, it's very important that these countries must remain together for security reasons. Okay. Finally, we have suppression of terrorism. The South Asia is also one of the most terror prone regions of the world. For example, we often hear terrorism from Afghanistan and Pakistan, the problems being faced by the whole region. Then there is also the problem of drugs smuggling. So, SAARC as an organization was formed to address the issue of terrorism in the region. Next, we have the objectives of SAARC. Now, I've taken this from the Charter of SAARC. Okay, so the objectives are first, SAARC aims to promote the welfare of the people of South Asia and also to improve the quality of life of their people. Second, they also aim to quicken their economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the region. And how do they do that? By providing all individuals the opportunity to live in dignity and realize their full potential. They have also formed a South Asian Free Trade Agreement or SAFTA, which we'll do in detail later. Third, SAARC also works towards promoting and strengthening collective self-reliance, okay, amongst the countries of South Asia. It also contributes to mutual trust, understanding, and appreciation of one another's problems. SAARC also promotes active collaboration and mutual assistance in the economic, social, as well as cultural and technical and scientific fields. They also work towards strengthening its cooperation not only with other developing countries but also amongst themselves in international platforms on matters of common interest, as well as with international and regional organizations with similar aims and purposes. Okay, now you need not go too much in detail. It would be sufficient for you to just know the gist of SAARC's objective. That is, you can see that objective of SAARC is to develop the welfare of the people of South Asia and promote collective self-reliance through acceleration of its economic growth and active collaboration. If it comes for 2 marks, you can write this. However, if it comes for 4 marks, then you can always break up the sentence here, okay, and then elaborate with the explanation that I just provided, okay, here. Then we have the South Asian Free Trade Agreement. Now, SAARC members signed the SAFTA or the South Asian Free Trade Agreement in 2004, and then it came into effect on 1st January 2006. Now, SAFTA aims at formation of a free trade zone for the whole South Asia. Okay, it ensures a free flow of items between the South Asian nations. It also aims at lowering trade tariffs or trade taxes. But then there are different views regarding SAFTA. India thinks that there are real economic benefits for all from SAFTA, because they believe that a region that does trade more freely will be able to cooperate better on political issues. So India is pro SAFTA, okay? But then some other countries, they doubt SAFTA because they think that India is using SAFTA as a way to invade their markets and to influence their societies and politics um, through commercial ventures and a commercial presence in their countries. Okay, so this is also one of the reasons why in the recent years India's attention has diverted from SAARC to other organizations such as BIMSTEC, which again we'll do later. Now, lastly, some people in India, now they think that SAFTA is not really worth India's trouble because India already has bilateral agreements with Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, and that there is no need for India to focus too much on SAFTA. Next is the principles of SAARC, which I won't go in detail. Just to have an idea of the principles of SAARC should be enough for you. So SAARC is based on five principles. That is sovereign equality, which means they respect the sovereignty of all its member states, irrespective of their size or power. The same goes to territorial integrity, political independence, and they do not interfere, or they believe in non-interference in the internal affairs of other states. And finally, they believe in mutual benefits. Okay, now besides that, we must also understand that decisions at all levels of SAARC are taken on the basis of unanimity, which means all the countries should accept whatever decision they take. Okay, but then bilateral and contentious issues will be excluded from deliberations, which means that, however, bilateral issues, which involves two countries, okay, so bilateral issues, specifically if it is controversial issues, then these issues will be excluded from discussion, or rather it will not be discussed in SAARC. So controversial issues will not be discussed in SAARC. Okay. Now, finally, we have failures of SAARC. SAARC, although it has been successful in the economic development as well as in other certain areas to a certain extent, however, if we compare this organization to other regional organizations such as ASEAN or European Union, then it is not that successful. Okay, so if you look at the failures of SAARC, the reasons are, first and the foremost reason is the tension between India and Pakistan. Now, both India and Pakistan, these two nations, they are the leading nations of South Asia. However, the tensions between these two leading powers have caused a great damage to SAARC. For example, in 2016, India boycotted the 19th SAARC summit because India alleged Pakistan's involvement in the Uri, that is the Kashmir attack. And later, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Afghanistan also joined India, and the summit had to be cancelled. So the suspicion between India and Pakistan, this is one of the main reasons for the failure of SAARC. Second is the internal crisis. Now, almost every member of SAARC is facing numerous crises internally. For example, we have Tamils in Sri Lanka, then constitutional crisis in Nepal. We then have the religious fundamentalism in Pakistan and Bangladesh, and then terrorism and instability, of course, in Afghanistan. So these internal crises has made these nations inward looking, or rather they are too much absorbed in their own internal problems and trying to settle these crises, that they don't take much interest to achieve a collaboration amongst the organization, that is the SAARC members. Okay. And third one is the influence of outside powers, for example, China and the USA. Now, SAARC is also influenced by outside powers such as China and United States. China and the United States remain key players in South Asian politics. Okay, China, although is not a member of SAARC, however, it has a huge interest in SAARC due to its strategic location, as I mentioned earlier. Moreover, China has been constantly helping Pakistan. We can see during the Indo-Pakistan wars, where China has helped Pakistan and is still helping Pakistan in different ways. So, although Sino-Indian relations have improved significantly in the last 10 years due to globalization, um, China and India's relationship has improved specifically in the trade, but then China's strategic partnership with Pakistan remains a major irritant to India. Okay, so this increasing role of China through the strategic relationship of China and Pakistan is creating a roadblock in the SAARC. Then the American involvement in South Asia has increased after the Cold War. Okay, United States has good relations with both India and Pakistan since the end of Cold War. However, until 1991, Pakistan was supported by United States and India by USSR. So, because at that time, due to the Cold War competition, since United States needed an influence in the Central Asia, they made Pakistan their ally. Okay, because India, of course, has adopted NAM at that time. Now, although the relationship of the United States and India has improved a lot, especially after the collapse of the USSR, however, its good relationship with both the rival countries is also a major concern, okay, to both the countries. Finally, India's shift of attention to BIMSTEC. In SAARC, India plays a very important role because India is not only the biggest nation in SAARC, but it is also the leading power in the region as well. However, in the recent years, India has shifted its attention from SAARC to BIMSTEC. Okay, now BIMSTEC is an international organization in which Pakistan is not a member. All right, so this shift in the attention of India, which is the leading country of SAARC, from SAARC to BIMSTEC, is also one of the causes for the failures of SAARC. This shift of India's attention has also proved those countries wrong who doubted or who doubts that India is using SAFTA as a way to invade their markets and to influence their societies and politics. Okay, so this is all about SAARC. I hope you have understood this topic. I'm leaving the links to the other topics in the description below so that it'll be easier for you to access those. In my next video, I'll be explaining about BRICS. So until I see you in my next video, watch the clip until you understand and study smart. See you in my next clip. Take care. Bye bye.